All right, good evening and greetings from South Georgia, USA. Greetings to the entire world. We are here on October the 15th, 2024. We have had a very productive day here. Still have no electricity run to our house, but we're getting along just fine. Trying to get things straightened out and rebuild the infrastructure of the farm, the fences, and all the stuff that got torn up. The weather has been very pleasant, chilly in the morning in the 50s. And we haven't had rain since the hurricane. So they have a ban on burning brush. You know, right now people are piling up limbs and they don't want them to burn them because they don't want to burn the towns down. Okay, today I'm going to read from Luke, the Gospel of Luke, from the Holy Bible, and I have chosen Luke 6:27. Or I like to think God chose it for me. And this is called Love Your Enemies. Now, of course, Jesus didn't name this chapter Love Your Enemies. These are the people that compiled the Bible, and this is their idea of what this is about. But I'm just going to read it to you. But I say to you who hear, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who spitefully use you. To him who strikes you on the one cheek, offer the other also. And from him who takes away your cloak, do not withhold your tunic either. Give to everyone who asks of you. And from him who takes away your goods, do not ask them back. And just as you want men to do to you, also do to them likewise. But if you love those who love you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners love those who love them. And if you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that to you? For even sinners do the same. And if you lend to those from whom you hope to receive back, what credit is that to you? For even sinners lend to sinners to receive as much back. But love your enemies, do good and lend, hoping for nothing in return. And your reward will be great, and you will be the sons of the Most High. For he is kind to the unthankful and evil. Therefore be merciful, just as your Father also is merciful. Do not judge. Judge not, and you shall not be judged. Condemn not, and you shall not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. And he spoke a parable to them. Can the blind lead the blind? Will they not both fall into a ditch? A disciple is not above his teacher, but everyone who is perfectly trained will be like his teacher. And why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not perceive the plank in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, Brother, let me remove the speck that is in your eye, when you yourself do not see the plank that is in your own eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck that is in your brother's eye. A tree is known by its fruit. For a good tree does not bear bad fruit, nor does a bad tree bear good fruit. For every tree is known by its own fruit. For men do not gather figs from thorns, nor do they gather grapes from a bramble bush. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart brings forth good, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart brings forth evil. For out of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaks. Build on the rock. But why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Whoever comes to me and hears my sayings and does them, I will show you whom he is like. He is like a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently against that house and could not shake it, for it was founded on the rock. But he who heard and did nothing is like a man who built a house on the earth without a foundation, against which the stream beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. All right, that is the section on love your enemies, and it also give to everyone who asks of you. If people take away your goods, don't ask them back. And the one where he says that if you give, it will be given back to you. Here it is here. Give, and it will be given to you, good measure, pressed down and shaken together, and running over will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. That one is particularly striking me right now, because we want to hoard and we want to hang on to what we have. We do not want to let it go. This is human nature. This is our nature, our natural man nature. But here, the God of the universe is telling us, give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. Okay, is that true? Well, that's what Jesus, the Lord of the universe, said. So I guess we're faced with a dilemma. Do we do that? He says that the ones that do his sayings are the ones that will bear fruit. But why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not? And let me start that one again. But why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do the things which I say? Whoever comes to me and hears my sayings and does them, I will show you whom he is like. This is so hard. This is so hard for all of us to give when we're afraid that we won't have any for ourselves. Are we going to trust Jesus? Are we going to do the things that he said to do? Well, I know in my case, I am scared to do that. I am not doing what he's saying very well. I don't like this particular instruction. I don't act like I believe what he's saying. He didn't say if we give, we would have nothing. He said we would have more. Do we believe that? It's hard to believe, isn't it? The question is, do we believe Jesus is Lord? Why? But why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do the things which I say? Who's he talking to? Well, I know he's talking to me. And he's talking to you out there too. This is what came out this morning, and this afternoon, this evening, and this is what I was led. And I flipped around and kept looking and looking, what am I going to do? And there it is right there. And when I read this, I saw myself. I saw myself being afraid to let go, to give, to share. And Jesus is talking to me. And he's talking to you. Build your house upon a rock. Now, I'm not going to try to tell you what to give. And I know one thing I'm not going to tell you to give. You're not going to give to me. That's not what I'm all about. There's things that'll come up in your life. Just wait till tomorrow. But a lot of, I will say, pseudo preachers use this passage to try to convince people to give them money, promising that they will get back more. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't some preachers that need money and are legitimately using it, but I have a feeling that many more are using this to pull at people's heartstrings, to get them to turn money over. I guess there's plenty of people out there that have asked you to help, that you don't have to look too far. And I'm talking to myself more than I'm talking to you out there. I'm the one guilty here. And I thank Jesus for showing me that, so that I can try to build my house upon a rock. Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things that I say? That's me. I'm calling him Lord, Lord, and I'm not doing the things that he says. Now, some of them I am, but these particular things about hanging on, I am not doing. Well, that's the way it came out today. And we'll see tomorrow. Am I just going to be a bag of wind? Or am I going to start doing better? Right now I'm feeling like I need to and I want to. I do believe what he said. All right. If you're waiting for me to ask for money, you can forget it. Charity begins at home. You look to your own community and family and people around you. There's plenty out there that you can do. And God says that it will be give and it will be given to you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, it will be put into your bosom. For the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. Okay, that's the way it came out today, and I want to now, I don't know how many minutes I've rambled on. How many is it, Debbie?
15.
15 minutes. But I'd like to say the Lord's Prayer. I'd like you to say it with me, and we'll just see what comes of this. Would you say the Lord's Prayer with us? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. Forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.